Well, new at 5:30, the Ohio Police and Fire Pension Fund is headed toward a financial crisis, but Ohio's municipal leaders say they cannot afford the bailout. We thank you for staying with us at 5:30. I'm Jared Smalley.
And I'm Jennifer Bullock. There was proposal at the State House to force Ohio cities to increase their contributions to the pension fund. But as our Colleen Marshall is here to tell us, that bill stalled before lawmakers went home. Colleen?
Yeah, the House passed the bill. It would require municipalities to increase their contribution into the police part of the fund. But the Senate was under pressure to reject it, and it stalled. Ohio Fraternal Order of Police leaders backed the bill, and they say the system has been out of balance since it was set up 40 years ago.
For whatever reason, in 1984, when the cities came to the legislature and said, look, we want a set rate of contribution. Well, for whatever reason, they put fire at 24% and police at 19.5%. And it's unfair.
Proposed increase in the contribution rate for the police side of the pension would cost Ohio cities an additional $80 million a year. Cities say they simply can't afford it.
Public safety is our largest municipal budgetary expenditure for cities across the state. And if the state increases our pension obligations, that's fewer dollars that we're going to be able to invest in hiring new officers, paying higher and more competitive wages.
The FOP says the increase would be phased in over time. And as for claims that cities can't afford it,
well, I would like to challenge that. You know, NBC4 runs stories all the time about what cities are spending money on, you know, and we know there's a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse out there. Things that they're funding that, you know, perhaps they shouldn't be.
Just last year, cities across the state of Ohio spent $600 million into the police and fire pension fund. These are huge amounts of money that our communities, our taxpayers, our cities are investing into this pension fund. And again, we want to make sure that that pension fund is sound and stable for the long term. We're not unwilling to do our part.
But McCarthy says if the state orders cities to put more money into the pension system, it would be an unfunded state mandate. He says if the legislature wants more money to go into the public pension, lawmakers should first increase funding to cities. The FOP says whether it's cities or the state, someone needs to take financial action because the pension is not sound. Police recruitment in Ohio is down, they say, 87%. And if there's no stability in the pension system, they say it'll get worse.
They're trying to implement all sorts of different programs and things, and one of the things people look at is that stability. You know, what's going to happen to me? You know, I was shot and paralyzed on the line of duty, so I got disability retirement. And, you know, that's the safety net that's there for people. And if that's gone, you know, you have to sit there and wonder, like, what will happen to my family if I get injured?
There are 27,000 active members of the pension fund and 30,000 retirees. The bill did not pass out of this session of the legislature, but the FOP wants voters to contact lawmakers and ask them to support the bill in the new year. We'll be talking about the pension fund crisis and have our exclusive interview with outgoing Senator Sherrod Brown this Sunday morning at 10 on The Spectrum.